Okay, I guess it's my turn to make my video about the whole Reddit AMA organized play discussion. So, if you haven't seen it, on reddit.com, on the Kaijudo subreddit, Wizards actually held their own AMA, also known as Ask Me Anything, where Redditors can go on and comment anything they want to ask Wizards of the Coast, and then they read the comments and then they answer whatever they like. And so this was yesterday, this was on Monday. Throughout most of the day, maybe, I don't know, a good 7-8 hours or so throughout the day, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, something like that. And, of course, a lot of people were thinking about organized play, because right now, we don't really have an incentive to actually continue to play this game for the longevity of how long the game lasts. It could be forever, it could stop. I don't want it to stop, but we just want to continue playing this awesome game. And to do that, we need to have this kind of, competitive factor to the game that we could keep on coming back and, develop strategies and compete against people from not just our own city, but from people from maybe around the world in the future, but for now, anyways, people in our nation or in the country below me, United States, or people above, or whatever. I don't know how to explain it, but you know what I mean. You want to be able to have some sort of incentive to actually play people no matter where. And so, organized play allows us to have these kind of big events, these big tournaments, and it makes us continue to play the game because we have an incentive. What I noticed in the comments was a certain part where they said that they don't want someone to stand up on a podium and then everyone else is kind of jealous or sad because they're not the one on the podium, and it kind of drives kids away or something like that. But with all the videos I've seen so far, they've brought up so many great points as to why this isn't true. ChannelKaijudoMaster, for example, he mentioned Pokemon. This is probably one of the best examples ever. Because Pokemon, as far as it's branded, it's very similar to how Kaijudo is going right now. They have their hit TV show, they have their hit game, and then they have their trading card game, which is actually quite competitive. They even have 3 different age divisions. I mean, they have Junior, they have Senior, and then they have Master. And as far as Kaijudo goes right now, most of us are in the Master Division because we are, I don't know how to say this, we're not smarter than the little kids or anything, but we have this sort of different mentality about how to play the game, and it kind of separates us as to how we play the game, I guess. I don't know how to word that, but once again, you know what I mean. Anyways, they're doing so well with these 3 divisions, and all the kids, like the junior division, for example, they're competing at world championships, nationals, all these crazy tournaments. And if that is doing so well, I don't see how Kaijudo can't implement the same kind of thing. Like many others have said already, it doesn't have to be as big as the Pro Tour in Magic the Gathering or YCS's in Yu-Gi-Oh! It doesn't have to be at that point. That is on a whole different level of organized play where the game is so popular that it ends up being this huge phenomena, and bam, all these crazy things happen, like cash prizes and consoles and all these ridiculous prizes. But we don't really need that right now. The game has just started. It's been, 3 months or so, and we don't need all this stuff right now. But at the very least, at least come set 4, at the latest, maybe even set 5, that's kind of pushing it, but, at the very latest, summer of next year, we have some sort of organized play structure, besides just Kaijudo League, because while Kaijudo League is really awesome, it gives us the incentive of going for the promos, there aren't really many people participating at these Kaijudo Leagues. Me, myself, I'm lucky that I got to meet at least 3 or 4 people who play the game seriously. And sadly, none of those are in Kaijudo's or Wizards of the Coast's expected age range, which is in the 8 to 12 range. And like sorry about that. And like everyone has said so far, there really aren't any kids in that age range who are playing the game. I mean, the show, don't get me wrong, the show, I've heard some great things about it. I haven't seen all of it, sadly. It's really hard to keep up with all the stuff I've been doing recently in my life. But, the show is doing really great. And sadly, it's not on the best, network to watch it on. The hub is kind of hidden away from all the main action, like Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon. But they at least had, a 4-week run of commercials for the trading card game on Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, so that's a good start. That's really good. But if they really want to get this game out there, they need to eventually get to the point where the show airs on bigger channels, like I mentioned. Now, back to the podium thing. Who was it? I think it was thundersultan. thundersultan brought a very awesome point about the podium thing again. So I already talked about Pokemon. They all have tons of fun. But another really awesome analogy or comparison is video games. See, this is the old Nintendo controller. Back when I was a kid, back when I was 4 years old, my very first video game was the original Super Mario Brothers. Alright, this is what thundersultan has mentioned. And you play the game, you're like, oh, this is so fun, boing boing, jumping, beating the enemies and stuff like that, getting to Bowser, and along the way, there are many obstacles, You got the Goombas, you got the Koopas, you got the pits that you fall in, you got lava, you got fireballs, you have all these different obstacles in your way. And like thundersultan has mentioned, you keep on losing to all these obstacles. You get game overs, you have to restart. All these different kinds of factors kind of put you down in a little bit, because you're like, I want to beat this game. This is the incentive, okay? Here's a perfect comparison. Like, our incentive right now is to be able to be great at the game and have some sort of competitive factor, And it works the same way in video games. I mean, the main goal in video games is you want to get to the final boss. You want to win. You want to beat the game. Of course, you're having fun along the way. And, things come up and bam, you lose and you have to restart and it puts you down. But at the same time, you're more motivated, like, okay, I know what to do now. I will beat this boss or whatever. I'll think of a better strategy. And you grow, you learn, and you learn to defeat all these obstacles to get to the final boss. And then you get there and then you lose to him a bunch of times. You're like, oh no, what do I do about this guy? And you beat him and then you beat the game and you're super, super happy. And all that was worth it because it was like a roller coaster. And right now, Kaijudo, doesn't have this roller coaster. Right now, of course, we're having fun, but there's nothing challenging us. There's nothing there for us to actually go for. So right now, we're just, buying the product, enjoying it with our friends and stuff. Unfortunately, there are some people out there who don't even get to play this game because there's not enough people who play it. And like right now we don't have an incentive. We don't have that goal to be really good at the game or whatever. That goal doesn't apply to everyone. I understand that. Kids, some kids probably don't want to go for that. They just want to play the game for fun. I understand that, but I haven't seen anyone around in the ages of 8 to 12 who actually play this game like that. Or period at all. I've never even seen any. So, like, as far as I know, most of the people who play Kaijudo right now are either returning Duel Masters fans like myself, Earth Power, and Drizzer, and all that, thundersultan, everyone, and some people are also trying the game from other TCGs. Like, I believe everyone I know in my Kaijudo play group has played Yu-Gi-Oh! Or is still playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So that's pretty much where the main audience is for Kaijudo TCG anyway. It's mostly people in the 15 and up range rather than the 8 and 12 range, especially here in Canada because the show isn't really found anywhere. I mean, it's on Teletoon, but I don't know, the Teletoon, no one really watches Teletoon except for kids, which, I mean, that's good. It's good for kids, but at the same time, they're not playing. They're not showing up to these Kaijudo League events, and so this is pretty much the point that we're all trying to make here, is that we need this organized play to challenge ourselves and to get better at the game. I honestly don't know what to say other than that. Like right now I'm just rambling, so I'm trying to recollect my thoughts here. But yeah, like I said, organized play is not going to happen in an instant. I definitely understand that, and I'm sure Wizards of the Coast is going to work on it. If they're not working on it already, they're going to be working on some sort of organized play thing in the future. Now, in their messages, you can clearly read it over and over again, and you can actually tell that they didn't flat out say no. I mean, they're not going to say no. They're just not thinking about it right now. The game has just lifted off the ground. It's been only 3 months now. That's very young for a TCG. And, give it a year, and, things will happen. Things will probably happen at that point. You got to give them time to evaluate what they've been doing with the game. And so once it gets to a point where they're comfortable, then they could go ahead and just bring out organized play like that. But at where it stands right now, the audience is not what they want. And that is perfectly fine. I mean, their expected audience is 8 to 12-year-olds. Right now, it's more like 15 and up. So hopefully, if the show ends up making it on major networks like Cartoon Network or whatever, then chances are more kids will be able to watch it. They'll be able to watch it from other shows. Like they watch Cartoon Network for SpongeBob or iCarly or all these other random shows or whatever airs on those shows now. And then they're going to notice commercials for Kaijudo and they'll be like, ooh, what is this? And then they'll go on to Kaijudo and they'll watch that and then they'll want to play the game. So this whole audience evolution, progress, it takes a while. Businesses, they have to assess their success every quarter of the year. So right now, it's only been 1 quarter. This is the very first quarter of Kaijudo's release, and they still have a very, very, very long way to go. So, Wizards of the Coast, I'd like to thank you very much for this AMA. You've answered tons of awesome questions that I've not mentioned here, like multi-civ cards, sorry. Multi-civ cards are confirmed. My monitor's just shut off. Now you can see me again. I'm not editing this video. I'm really sorry, guys, because I don't have much time to edit this. Like all these crazy things are going on today. But anyway, so where was I? Yeah. So like I said, Wizards of the Coast, thank you very much. You guys are really awesome. You guys are doing a really amazing job. The game is super balanced. It's amazing the work that you're putting into this game, and because of that, I'm like 100% positive that organized play is going to happen eventually. So for all the people who are quitting right now, you'll probably regret it at least a year from now, or like a year of Kaijudo's release, so 9 months from now, because I'm sure the game will pick up loads of steam by the time it gets there. And I'm pretty sure eventually the sets are going to be releasing, every 3 months and not 2, because I think every 2 months is a little bit crazy. But they're trying to get the game out there. They're trying to increase the card pool at a very quick rate, which is quite surprising. And by the time they hit, 300, 400 cards, maybe that's about the right time to delve into organized play ideas. And so, yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it. Wizards of the Coast, once again, very great job, and thank you very much. Also, props to all the people who are making, these awesome videos, giving their own opinions. Like, first I watched CVH, and there's thundersultan, DenverKaijudo, ChannelKaijudoMaster. You guys are all awesome. You had some great feedback. Hope you didn't mind. I took some quotes from your guys' videos. Yeah. I guess that's all I have to say. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Organized play. We definitely want it, and I'm sure it's going to happen in the future, guys. Alright? This is TKC. Hope you enjoyed my very long video to join all the other long videos talking about this. And hopefully things will calm down so I could get the set reviews up. At the rate that's going right now, I don't think they'll be going up. I'm feeling really terrible about it myself. I mean, I'll try my best, but we'll see where things go. because Evo Fury hype is commencing today. It's 1 week from now. Very excited. Alright, so you can see, signing off here. See you later, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video.